The smarter you are, the better you are at building a case for the wrong decision. Think about the worst decision you ever made under pressure. You probably had a very good reason for it, a convincing one. You probably explained it clearly, to yourself, to others, logically, and it was still wrong, despite the logic, because of the logic. Today we explain exactly how a smart brain under pressure becomes unreliable, and what to do in the moments when your own mind is working against you. Under pressure, the brain shifts from deliberate thinking to survival mode. The prefrontal cortex, your rational decision-making center, goes offline. The amygdala, threat detection, takes over. It is fast and it is blunt. The amygdala does not think. It reacts. It does not weigh options. It eliminates. This was excellent design for physical danger. For modern decisions, it is a problem. Modern pressure is rarely physical, but the brain responds as if it is. You are not thinking less clearly because you are stupid. The hardware changed. Here is the counterintuitive part. Higher intelligence increases this vulnerability. Smart people are better at post hoc rationalization, at explaining the wrong thing. The brain makes the decision first, then produces the reason, always. Under pressure, the amygdala makes the call, then the smart brain justifies it. The smarter the person, the more convincing the justification. This is called motivated reasoning, and it is most dangerous in capable people, because they convince not just themselves, they convince everyone around them. The room nodded. Not because the decision was right, because the explanation was good. 4 specific patterns, each one common, each one has a tell, trap one, the urgency illusion. It feels like it must be decided now. Most decisions that feel urgent are not. The urgency is the pressure, not the reality. Trap 2, false binary. Under pressure, options collapse to 2. The third option that would have worked is invisible. The brain cannot see it. Trap 3, emotional override. The feeling is certain. The data is ignored. The certainty of the feeling is mistaken for the correctness of the decision. Trap 4, social pressure disguised as logic. The room expects a decision. You make the decision the room seems to want. Then you explain why it was right. You believed your own explanation. That is what makes this trap so complete. Here is the layer underneath that makes this worse. Intelligence is identity. If you have been told you are smart your whole life, bad decisions feel impossible. Not because bad decisions are rare, because admitting them threatens the identity. So the smart person doubles down, explains further, justifies deeper, not because they believe it, because the alternative is a threat to who they are. This is why smart people sometimes persist in wrong decisions longer than average. The intelligence that helps in most situations becomes the obstacle in this one. 5 protocols. Each one interrupts a specific mechanism from parts 1 to 4. Protocol 1, the 24-hour test for urgency. Before committing under pressure, ask, what changes if I wait 24 hours? If the answer is nothing, wait. The pressure is not the deadline. Protocol 2, force a third option before deciding. Under pressure, the brain produces 2 options. Make yourself find the third. The third option is almost always better than the binary the pressure created. Protocol 3, argue the opposite side before deciding. If you cannot make a coherent case for the opposite, examine why. Motivated reasoning collapses when you are forced to steelman the other view. Protocol 4, name the social pressure before making the call. Ask, am I deciding this because it is right, or because the room expects it? Protocol 5, delay the explanation. Make the decision first. If you have an explanation ready before the decision is made, that is motivated reasoning. Decide, then explain. Never explain as you decide. That is how the smart brain misleads itself. Your intelligence is not a protection from bad decisions under pressure. It is sometimes the mechanism that makes the bad decision harder to see. The goal is not to trust your intelligence less. It is to trust it in the right conditions. Apply the protocols before the pressure peaks. That is when they work. Drop override in the comments if you have felt your own logic mislead you. Subscribe. Next video, why you feel empty after getting what you wanted. That one hits. See you there. Peace.